Hey you guys, happy Thriving Thursday. I am super excited to do this live today. This is an extra special Thrive experience that I'm sharing with you guys today. We have Mauria hopping on. She is from Texas, twin mama. I'm super excited for you guys to hear her story. And yes, we are talking about the Thrive experience, the 1, 2, 3 Thrive. I actually have the men's capsules on me right now, but it is 3 simple steps. You take in the first 20 minutes of waking up and it makes you feel amazing all day long. A little bit about my Thrive experience while we wait for Mauria to hop on. I found Thrive scrolling on like a garage sale site. I was just a mama of 6, very tired, grumpy, sucking down Pepsis like they were going out of style, and I seen a girl sharing the Thrive experience. And she said it helps with energy and mood support, and that caught my attention because of all my kids. A lot of life going on. So anyways, I reached out to her, I gave her my info, and she sent me some Thrive in the mail, and I stuffed it in a drawer for 13 months. Why? Because I didn't really truly know what it could do, and I had a lot of life going on, like I said. So anyways, 13 months went by, and I was ready to get started and ready to thrive. So I hit Jessie up, and I was like, tell me how to take this. Can I still take it? I know I've held on to it for a year. And she was like, yes, girl, you take it in the first 20 minutes of waking up. So I started day 1, and I didn't notice a whole lot other than it was easy to take, and the shake was actually really good. It's like dessert, so I was very pleasantly surprised. And then day 3 rolled around. That's when it kicked in, and I felt the energy and mood support, and I felt like I went from Mommy Dearest to Mary Poppins. And I called Jessie, and I was like, girl, this stuff is making me feel so good. And she's like, it keeps getting better. So of course I wanted to keep thriving and feeling better. And then day 10 rolled around, and that's when I noticed the energy mood support even kicked in better, but my pants were getting loose. I had weight I couldn't lose ever since I had my last son. And so that was like one of my favorite parts, is just feeling confident again, you know. And that's when my boyfriend wanted to thrive with me. I think I see, oh, I thought I seen her on here. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Yes. Let's see if I can give you an invite, Mauria. I see. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there she is.
Hey,
Hey, can you hear me good?
yes, I can. How
Well,
are
thank
you?
you so much for hopping on. I'm good. I know it's cold there in Texas. That's a little strange for you guys,
It
huh?
it's crazy. I was thinking about that because I'm in my tank top. But I went and ran on my treadmill this morning. That like I have like my robe covering my legs right now because I have on shorts too. But yeah, I keep going close to the fire. But yeah, it's abnormally cold here in Texas. I think the low on Sunday is 1 degrees. And we don't know how to deal with that. So
Yeah.
this should be interesting. So yeah, school was canceled for the day, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, but we're just happy that everybody's safe at home, and we're good, because there's a lot of people not so fortunate today. Texas has
I
had a
was
rough
seeing that
day,
on
so
Facebook. So yeah,
it's so
that's
sad. And
terrible.
people kind of laugh, and we joke about the fact that people can't drive on it here, but we actually have black ice, and our roads are just not, and then even our road crews are not, they just, our roads are never prepared. And I don't know, it's so weird because we can go north and drive and all of that and be totally fine, but we can't in Texas. I mean, it really does shut us down. And yeah, so prayers for those people in the Dallas Fort Worth area. It's yucky. I don't think they've even been able to get to all the people yet. So
Yeah.
not good, not good.
Well, I appreciate you hopping on today. I know you got the boys
Absolutely.
home. And like I said, you guys, she is a twin mama, so I'm super excited for her to share her Thrive experience. Maria, tell everybody how you got started and what it's doing for you.
So my twins were 3 when I started. And so those of you that are moms that are watching, let me know what you remember about age 3. Because what I remember is that they were little monsters, and I had 2 little monsters at the same time. And then my son was in elementary school and my daughter was in junior high. So we've got 4 kids. The youngest 2 are twins. And I was absolutely exhausted spinning my wheels, totally in a mom funk. And honestly, I'd always been pretty driven, like kind of, I'm going to get things done. But man, I just found myself not being able to. I worked full time as a three-nager. Yeah. I worked full time as a speech pathologist. So I worked in the home health setting with my geriatric patients. And poured everything I had into them all day long, every day, and helping improve their quality of life. And then would just come home and, I have a good family. They're good kids. Like I say that they were little 3-year-old monsters, but I just was in that mom funk of all mom funks. And I looking back, and even I think that's really one of my biggest missions right now is like, just because you're a mom doesn't mean you have to be tired and exhausted all the time or in that funk, or you know what I mean. But I think that at the time I just kind of thought that that's how it's supposed to be, and my insecurities were through the roof, which that definitely affected our marriage. And there was just a lot of things. I'd gained some weight, not a pair of jeans in my closet fit. Um, and I just said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So one of the nurses that had been reaching out to me over and over about Thrive that I used to work with, it's so funny. And I'm so glad that she didn't give up on me, because, I know she didn't give up on me because she knew I could really benefit from it. She had already had her own personal story. She had already helped a lot of other tired, exhausted moms. And she just kept reaching me out and updating me. And finally, when I made that decision that I was going to do something for myself, if nothing changes, nothing changes, guys. So I made a decision to make that change and reached out and started my Thrive experience. And oh my gosh, it changed everything, everything. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that she continued to follow up with me and reach out to me, even though I was such a super skeptic and probably wasn't very nice in some of the messages that I sent back. But when you don't feel good, you're just not real pleasant to be around, you know? So, yeah, I started my Thrive experience, and I'll just kind of walk you guys through that. I actually started out as a customer, didn't want anything to do with the business. We were in a tough spot financially, but didn't care anything about the business. Just wanted to feel better. Day one, loved how simple it was. Simple is a big deal for all of us. Getting 4 kids out the door in the morning early was a task in itself. My husband's job had him at work before us. So, it was me getting all 4 of them ready. And actually my oldest daughter, she figured out real fast if she would help mom get the kids ready and out the door, she could be to school on time. But I loved it that it was so simple day one. Didn't expect like a miracle to transpire overnight with Thrive, because I know enough about the human body. I'd taken nutritional supplements before, so I was super hopeful. But day 1, 2, and 3, 4 kind of came and went. Actually, day 4, we had family in town. We had gone to the pumpkin patch. I couldn't wait for them to leave so I could go home and take a nap because I felt so bad. My head hurt. I was just that was my norm at the time. So it was day 5 that everything changed, and I remember being up half the night with one of my twins that was sick. And as moms, like when you've got one of them sick and then like every move they make, you're like wide awake all night long, So didn't sleep at all that night. And got up early the next morning to get the older kids to school, came home. And I just remember thinking, I've done more in the last 5 hours than I have in the last 5 months. And that's when I was like, oh, heck yeah, Mauria is back. Like, this is me. I've got my mommy mojo back. I feel like myself again. And so that was the day that I knew I wanted to feel like that every day for the rest of my life. I pulled up Facebook because I had my computer open, and I wrote on Tony's wall, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it took me this long to try this. Thank you so much. I want to learn how to get it for free, because she had mentioned free Thrive before, but I never paid attention to the details of how to get free Thrive, because I didn't even know if I was going to like this. You know what I mean? I was such a skeptic. But God, once I felt it, I was like, oh yeah, like tell me how to get this for free every month. Especially since we were kind of, like I said, we were pretty stuck financially at the time, pretty stressed. So that's where it all began. We got on the phone. She's laughing at me because I sound totally different than I did before. And guys, you'll see that, you watch somebody pre-Thrive and then you see the difference after Thrive. And it's just, everything is different, like how they sound, what they look like. And it's not, like I don't have a huge physical transformation story, but it's the transformation from the inside out that shows, you know what I mean?
The eyes and the smile, you can see it.
You can see it, and just your attitude changes. When you feel like crap, you just feel like, and it's hard to be positive when you feel bad every day. You know what I mean? Like it just affects so much. And we're laughing and we're talking, and she actually put me on the phone with a friend that introduced her to Thrive, which is also the CEO of the company, but like that was somebody she knew. So I didn't feel like I was talking to like a CEO, you know what I mean? Which
Right.
I don't know what talking to a CEO means, but I didn't, it wasn't stiff or stuffy or uncomfortable. It was very comfortable. And I just remember him saying, you know, you've got a lot of tired, exhausted moms that need this. And I'm like, are you kidding? Do I have a lot of tired, exhausted moms that need this? Like I've got 4 kids. They're all spread out in age. Like, yes, everyone I know needs this. And what's so funny is I never dreamed that like the people that I told how amazing this was, that they would actually not trust me or not, you know what I mean? Like I never dreamed that I would have people be like, no, well, good for you, but it's not for me. You know, like I just thought, well, I feel amazing and everyone I know needs this. And yeah, I'm going to become a promoter and I'm going to tell everybody about it because it just makes sense too. It's kind of a no brainer, meaning if I've got something that I believe in, you better believe I'm going to talk about it to people. And whether I'm making money with it or not, you know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those, well, I'm going to tell people about this. It really is free for me to be a part of this. It didn't cost me any more money to become a promoter. So it's like free click of a button. I'm going to get my friends and family feeling like $1 million. They're going to be so grateful that I shared this with them, that I found this. And those first 2 bonuses that everyone's eligible for in their first 2 weeks, that could pay for Christmas for my kids. So that's really where it all began. I never dreamed it would turn into a business. I never dreamed that it would create so many options for our family. I never dreamed that it would literally transform families' lives across the globe. But that is what has happened. And it's so crazy to think that vitamins that you feel, you know, really do make that big of a difference. But they do. And so, I mean, as far as for me, I tell everybody, I feel 10 years younger. I sleep good every night. My knees don't bother me. It is cold. It is cold, cold. Like I went and ran this morning. Like my joints don't ache. Before Thrive, I would have so much inflammation. My joints would ache for days before the weather changed. My hands, like even my hands and definitely my knees. So I couldn't run before Thrive. Like I was not a runner before Thrive. I became a runner after Thrive. And I'm talking like I couldn't even run in junior high and high school. Like that's how bad my knees were. And I tried into adulthood to run and I couldn't ever do it because of the inflammation. I started thriving and I'm now a runner. I've ran 3 half marathons. I mean, I'll go on an 8-mile run on a Sunday and, you know, run 5 miles here and there. I usually clock between 30 and 40 miles a week now. And I'm 43 years old. Like that's crazy. So I basically age backwards. And now I'm actually, you know, as far as being that tired, exhausted mom, I'm not the tired, exhausted mom anymore. You know, I'm the one that actually looks forward to what we have going on, which is a good thing because we have a lot going on. And, you know, it's just been such a blessing. So there's so much to be said for fueling your body from the inside out, premium nutrition consistently over time, anti-aging, and then just, you know, the whole taking care of yourself. You know, I I wasn't super into fitness before Thrive. Like I said, I did take nutritional supplements, but I wasn't super into fitness. But I think that it's such a key part of our lives, you know, and I think we've seen now, you know, over the last 18 months, I think people have really become more health conscious of, okay, wait, what am I putting in my body? You know, how am I fueling my body every day? How am I taking care of it? You know, because we only have one of them, you know? So, yeah, I could talk all day long about this. It's been an absolute game changer. I love introducing it to a new friend. I checked in with a friend this morning that, actually she wasn't really getting the Thrive results that she wanted. And we were talking and I was like, you know what? I said, I want you to order a product called Balance. And what do you know? Like she's a couple of days into Balance and everything has changed. And so it's so interesting how our bodies are, and really it's kind of crazy to realize how toxic our bodies are. You know what I mean? Like how unhealthy our gut is just because, and it's not anything that we, you know, you can try to be the most health conscious person in the world, but the air we breathe, the foods we eat, that, you know what I mean? And so it's just such a big deal. But I love when people will just say yes and trust me, and then we can start that journey. And you know, some people do amazing right out of the gate. They're noticing something the first couple of days. I always say there's those people, and then there's all of us that are jealous of those kind of people. You know, for me, it took a little bit, and then it just got better and better. And the biggest thing that I would say is, you know, start your journey, but trust the process. You know, I shared a transformation photo of my husband and I the other day, and I said, don't compare your year 1 to our year 7. we've been doing this for 7 years, and it shows. I mean, it shows. The pictures reveal that
Yes.
we've been doing this for a long time. It doesn't happen overnight. Um, but man, there's so much to be said for what Thrive can do.
You're so right. It's amazing, and and just like you said, like especially mamas. I mean, this is for everybody, but especially when you're a parent, it just adds that much more to
Hmm.
the daily grind, and
Oh
everybody needs
yeah,
you, and the
yeah.
Thrive just allows you to enjoy the grind. So it's
For
just
sure.
makes life
For
a lot
see
more
Nancy
enjoyable.
on here telling everybody she's a day one thriver. See, we're jealous of those day one thrivers. And that's the biggest thing is I love that you mentioned that because there are some people that notice day one. But my thing is I'm so glad I didn't only have a couple of days of thrive and then thought some miracle was going to take place. Because girl, my life would be totally different. And I hate to think that I could have missed out on one of the biggest blessings of my life by not giving it a full 30 days, like not really giving it time, to do
Yeah,
what it does. Because it's just, yeah. Oh, Jessica's saying thrivers get more hours out of our days. For sure. We do. We do.
yeah, it's a tip of the iceberg. When you get a sample, I call that a tease, honey,
It's a
because
tease and
if
it's
you
just a
notice
little.
what, we notice when we, continue thriving, I mean, you're going to be like stalking the mailman, honey.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, and I kind of try to relate a sample as to more of, it's the taste test, but I try to use the analogy of like, say you got a new gym membership or something, like, day one, you're going to go and you're going to be like pumped up, ready to go. But then like, I mean, you don't get results day one. And then actually for the next few days, you may be sore, you may be dragging, you may be like, oh, I just don't know if I want to, you know what I mean? So it's not, you've got to give your body time. But you start a new gym membership and you actually get in the gym 5 days a week for 30 days, you're going to feel a difference and you're going to start seeing a difference. And that's the same thing with Thrive. But you know what I love the most about it, and I know we probably need to get off of here soon, but I love that everybody has such a different story that I can confidently introduce this to anyone and be like, I don't know what it's going to do for you, but I know you are going to fall in love with this. Like, if you will let me walk you through this, this is going to be an amazing experience for you. And the good news is that you don't have to worry about what it costs. It's not like it's expensive anyway. I found real quickly that I saved money once I started thriving because I wasn't loading my body with junk anymore. But because the junk just didn't taste good or do it for me anymore, but that, you know, you can actually get it for free every month. And so, but man, I mean, our investment in our health, like you can't really put a price tag on that anyway. So I don't know. Any last minute things before we hop off?
Maybe just tell everybody who's watching who's never experienced Thrive one thing. I mean, I know you said just trust the person who's sharing with you, but
You got to
maybe
get
the
it.
one, go ahead.
You just got to get it in your body. I mean, this is one of those things where you have absolutely nothing to lose. I mean, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you don't have smooth, clean energy all day long, every day, if you're not going to bed and able to turn your brain off and get a good night's sleep, if you're still dealing with discomforts in your body that are holding you back, you need this. You need this. And honestly, I don't care if you're the healthiest soul on the planet, odds are you've got some nutritional gaps. Okay. Our diets, no matter how clean we try to eat, it does not bridge all those gaps. And once you feel good, let me tell you this, that we have discovered this. And I've got a couple of other analogies to attach to this, but once you feel good, you don't ever want to go back. And a lot of you think you feel good, but that's because it's your normal. It's all you know. So once you feel amazing, you're not ever going back. I mean, years ago, I had to have my gallbladder out. Once I had it out, I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea that how bad I felt until it was gone. My son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, y'all, and he didn't know. He didn't know that his blood sugar was absolutely through the roof. And then once he actually got some insulin, received his diagnosis, got his insulin in his body, we're driving down the road one day and he's like, oh, wow, like everything looks brighter. It had affected his vision that he didn't even know because it was the norm. But then he's like, oh my gosh, like I see things completely different. I mean, y'all, a lot of us are just coasting through life. A lot of you, I'm not anymore. I'm thriving every day. But a lot of people just coast through life every day thinking that they're supposed to be tired, that they're supposed to have a headache, that they're supposed to have to lay down midday, that they're supposed to, that their hands are supposed to hurt, or their back's supposed to hurt all the time, or that
Or
that
they
it's
need more
normal to,
sleep to survive.
yeah, that it's normal just to lay in bed for hours and not be able to fall asleep, like you, because it's your norm, So this is what I'm saying is take a chance on you. Here's the bottom line is you need nutritional supplementation anyway. Like, I don't care if you're taking Thrive or you're going to take something else. Right now, if you haven't researched gut health and if you haven't researched your nutritional flaws and nutritional gaps and the importance of nutritional supplementation in our day and age, I'm speaking like you need to figure out what I'm saying here. You need to do that, okay? You need those vitamins in your body right now, okay? So what now? The question is what are you going to go with? Do you want vitamins in your body that are premium grade, that you can actually feel, that are made for your body to truly absorb them versus pass them through? Do you want to take vitamins every day that create stories of happy people that you've watched their lives change? Or are you just going to take something off the counter? Like, are you going to trust a drugstore, or are you going to trust a friend that introduced it to you? I'm telling you right now, your friends are not going to lead you astray. And if you've got a friend that won't shut up about this, I mean, Shala, how long have you been talking about this? Like, I mean, everyone should be going, okay, like, she wouldn't keep talking about this if there wasn't something to it. And I'm sure that they've watched your life transform. Same with me. I still have good friends that are watching that are not yet thriving with me. I'm like, dude, I haven't stopped talking about this in 7 years. I'll quit talking about it when it stops working. But I'm telling you right now, it's not going to stop working. So I'm going to keep talking about this. So really the decision's up to you. You need to trust your friend. Jennifer's aunt's on here. She trusted me. Oh my God. I could throw her under the bus though with her skepticism. And she'll let me, because she's like, I was the biggest skeptic. But I didn't give up on her. And you know what? I'm so glad that Tony didn't give up on me. So take a chance on you. You have absolutely nothing to lose. You're going to love it. And what if you can have good, clean, smooth energy throughout the day? You can sleep good at night. You don't have to deal with the discomforts that are holding you back. What if you actually become the mom that looks forward to all the things? What if it improves the relationship with your kids, the relationship with your husband, the relationship with your coworkers, because you feel good? Like, what if? Like, take a chance on that and run with it.
You're right. It's
And if
good things that happen when you're thriving.
It affects everything. It truly does. It affects so much. That's why we never can truly like summarize all that Thrive has done for us, because you're like, well, I mean, I can give you the highlights, but like really, there's no way I could possibly bottle up all that it's done. So, well, thank you guys so much for being on. If you happen to be catching the replay, just because we don't see who Facebook pushes this out to, will you just give us a quick little replay? And then if you're not yet thriving and you're a friend of Shyla, get with her, say, all right, girl, I'm ready to trust you. If you're a friend of mine, say, Mauria, I'm ready. I don't know what's taking me so long. If you're a friend with someone that shared this with you, just do it. Just do it. You will not regret it. It is not an explanation. It's an experience. That's what Jessica just said. I love that. All right. Well, bye, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you so much,
okay.
Mauria. I appreciate you for taking the time today. You guys, thank you for watching. One love. Happy Thriving Thursday.
Bye.